In this video, we're going to be talking about the difference between åka and gå, two verbs which mean similar things. Låt oss börja. Hej och välkomna till Coffee Break Swedish. Jag heter Mark.
Och jag heter Lovisa.
And as I said, in this video, we're going to be answering a question from our listener, Christina. Now, Christina got in touch, and Christina wanted to know the difference between these two verbs, att åka and att gå. Two similar verbs, but they mean something a little bit different. Lovisa, would you agree?
Yeah, they are very similar, but we use them in slightly different ways, and depending on which one we use, we can change the meaning of what we're saying just a tiny bit.
Okay, so let's look at an example where we could use both, but that one sentence would mean two different things depending on which verb we chose.
Exactly. So if we take the sentence, jag åker till Sverige, for example.
Okay, jag åker till Sverige. Okay,
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
This means that I'm going to Sweden or I'm traveling to Sweden in general. Mm-hmm. We don't necessarily say how we're getting there. We're just saying that we're going to end up there.
Okay, so åker there means to go. Now, there is another verb in Swedish that looks like, and you would think it means to go, and it's gå. But what would it mean if we said, jag går till Sverige?
If we say, jag går till Sverige, that means that we're actually walking there. So if we're going from far away, we may want to use åka, because if we're going to gå, that might be a little too far.
Yeah, a little too far, unless you're just crossing the border from Norway into Sweden or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's look at åker and come up with some other examples of åker, and then we'll look at går as well and look at the different ways in which we're going to use these two verbs.
Yeah, sounds good. So we can use the word åker, for example. Sven åker tåg till Umeå.
Okay, so Sven åker tåg. So he is traveling by train till Umeå.
Exactly.
That's a great sentence for practicing the å sound. Let's hear that again.
Sven åker tåg till Umeå.
Sven åker tåg till Umeå.
Yeah.
Okay. Another sentence.
We can also talk about Lotta, and Lotta åker skidor imorgon.
Oh, right. More pronunciation practice here. I'm loving this. Lotte åker skidor. So she is going by ski. She's going skiing. Imorgon. Tomorrow.
Exactly.
Okay, excellent.
And then we can just more in general say vi åker till farmor.
Okay, so that's more just translating it like to go. So we're going to Grans. Vi åker till farmor.
Exactly.
Excellent. Okay, so all of those in each situation there, we're translating it slightly differently. So the first one, Sven åker tåg, he's going by train. And the second one, Lotte åker skidor, so she is going skiing. And then in the third one, we've got vi åker till farmor, we're just going to Grans. In that sense. Let's look at some examples then with går.
Yeah. So as we said, går is more like when you're actually walking somewhere. Mm-hmm. So for example, Johan går hem.
Okay, so Johan går hem. Hem, sorry. Okay,
You're slipping into your Norwegian.
Johan går hem. So Johan is going home. Now, that's what it looks like, but that's not what it really means. What is he doing?
He's walking home.
He is walking home. So that's him going home on foot. Okay. So Johan går hem. Okay.
Hem.
Hem. What about another example?
Alice går till affären.
Okay, so we've got Alice går. This time Alice går till affären.
Yeah.
So she is not going to the shop, she is walking to the shop.
Exactly. A different situation where we still use går, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we're walking somewhere.
Okay.
So for example, barnen går I skolan.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. This actually means that the children they're in school. Like they're students.
They're students. Okay, so they go to
Yeah.
school. Not they go to school every day, but they go to school. That's what they do. Barnen går I skolan. What if we said barnen går till skolan? What would that mean?
Then we're actually back to the whole walking aspect of the word. So that means that the children are walking to school.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
So we have then two words, both of which have similar meanings but slightly different. Åker is a verb that's used for going places, particularly with transport or indeed going skiing. But then går has that more specific meaning of walking somewhere. So Johan går hem and barnen går I skolan. That's the general situation of that they attend school, that kind of idea.
Yeah. Well
Okay.
done. That's exactly right.
Perfect. Okay, well, hopefully, Christina, that has helped you to understand the difference between åka and gå. And if you have a question like Christina, then you can get in touch. Simply go to coffeebreakquestions.com, where you'll be able to send us your question, and hopefully we'll be able to include that in a future episode of our show. And if you've enjoyed this video, then please make sure that you subscribe to our channel and, of course, give it a like too, and also hit the little bell icon that appears, and that way you'll be notified of all new videos that we put up.
And of course, please comment your example sentences of different ways to use går or åker in the comments below.
And we're looking forward to seeing them. Lovisa, tack så mycket.
Tack så mycket.
Och hej då!
Hej då!